Well, we have a couple of another week in which I had a topic set up, but we never got to it. But we'll definitely get to it next week. I definitely want to make sure there's enough time to get to a couple of emails. One of which is very, very important. We had a couple of emails and a couple of tweets, all saying the same thing. Dennis Wolf had wrote an email that summed it up best. He writes, episode 90, starting at minute. Hour 1 minute 20 seconds. You make a comment that I was a bit surprised by and disappointed in. This was an episode in which I think it was I've forgotten exactly what the topic was. What we were talking about. I was talking about a situation in which actually I just mentioned it. I just mentioned it a moment ago. Times when. There's a really lovely coincidence, and colloquially you feel as though, okay, it is God's will that I make s'mores with Samoan cookies because this amazing coincidence that I happen to have a bag of marshmallows that I never buy because they were just 50 cents this week, and a Girl Scout came to my door in the snow to sell me Samoan cookies. Thy will be done. I must make Samoan s'mores tonight. I went on to say that I understand why when we have these really huge coincidences that I understand why it's possible through an unsophisticated way suddenly believe in God. But that's the background of this. Dennis says, you say you understand how less sophisticated people come to believe in God. While I defend to the death your right to say as you please, I enjoy disagreeing with you on many subjects. I seem to remember a quite eloquent defense of faith in God on a previous podcast. You made it clear that you were agnostic, and good for you, but also made it clear that your lack of faith, or more to the point, others' faith in God, was not a sign of advanced intelligence or lack thereof. This latest comment would seem to contradict your previous, what I believe to be enlightened position on the subject of faith. First of all, it was an important enough topic that I already replied to Dennis. But thank you again, Dennis, for sending a very, very well-reasoned and patient with me reply. And I'll just tell you folks and to the other people who emailed and tweeted at me the same thing that I was telling him. When you're podcasting, I'm not going off a script. I'm speaking off the cuff, and I almost never say something I don't mean. But there's certainly times when, particularly based on the email that I get, I listen again and say, yeah, I could have put a finer point on that. And this is certainly one of those times. I wasn't saying that people who believe in God are unsophisticated. What I'm saying is that, for instance, if you don't believe in God and your team is behind 30 points in the Super Bowl with 5 minutes left to play, and you just say, "Oh God, if you're out there, let the Broncos win." And then, holy mother of God, the Broncos score 40 points and they win the Super Bowl. If you then go from a non-believer to a believer, I consider that a non-sophisticated belief in God.
Okay.